Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to Chelsea Fan TV and welcome to another episode of the Chelsea Fan TV podcast. First things first, guys, you know what to do. Smash a like on the video, subscribe to Chelsea Fan TV if you haven't done so already, and leave your thoughts in the comments below, guys. And it happened at the weekend. Chelsea won a game, the first one in 7 Premier League games. First one under Frank Lampard, first one since March the 11th. 3 goals, 3 points. We've passed the 40-point mark as well. 42 points. We're safe for another season in the Premier League. And Lewis, I don't know about you, mate, but the away end on Saturday was one of the best of the season for me. Like, you know, everyone going, mate, I've never seen people so happy to win a football match. That's how starved and deprived we've been. I mean, how did you find it, mate?
It was just funny, man. It was such a good trip. Even I was speaking to Alex about on the way to the game. I was like, I didn't even really want to come. I'm only coming because Adam and Alex are going out. Big up my guys. And I'm just going to make a weekend of it when we lose. And even though the performance wasn't great, I won't lie. Like, I feel like we ran away with 3 points and robbed them a little bit. But we'll take it. We have been starved this season. We were coming close to 007 day again. Lampard was on 6 losses in a row. The form was terrible. We got to a point where we weren't caring. It was dead. But I feel like it gave us a little bit of life. It was good to see some resilience in the Chelsea team as well. Usually when we concede, that's it. And when I saw the Bournemouth equaliser, I thought, fuck. Because they were passing their way through our defence at times too. But yeah, we did well to stay resilient at least. Looked a little bit more clinical towards the end finally. And yeah, it was just really good to see 3 points. We're safe. We now have multiple goal of the month contenders. And yeah, good. I hope we get another win, but I don't think so.
No, scored more goals than Man City this month.
You see, the shameless stuff like this that we can run is brilliant. This is the best part of like where we are right now. We could just take the piss and it doesn't really hurt. Like, I thought I'd be more angrier when I came out of the Arsenal game. And after the game, initially I was, because I'm still surrounded by them lot and everything, and it's just long. But when you deep it, who cares? Like, so what? That's really harmed our top 4 ambitions. No, they're done anyway. We've got nothing to fight for. We're a 3 point to everybody. But like, if we go lose to City and United, like, it will still hurt in the moment, but past that, I won't care. That's why everything just, in spite of how crap we play and everything, it doesn't really hurt anymore.
No, mate, we've become so used to it. It's just kind of like it's just a normal feeling. So yeah, it was great. It was great to get that win. Could be our last one of the season. It would be nice to make it back against Forest, but I think most of us are aware that we're not going to beat United, City, or Newcastle. If we're being totally honest. So it was good to get at least one win on the board for Lampard and just to enjoy it. So I mean, in terms of the game itself, mate, there are a few standout performers. Noni Madueke. Obviously, coming in January, hadn't had a lot of minutes. Everyone was crying out for him to get more of an opportunity, given his ability, given how poor the performances of Sterling and the like have been. He finally got a couple of starts. Against Arsenal, he was probably our best player on the pitch, got his first goal. And against Bournemouth, again, yes, the end product's not quite there yet. It still needs a bit of development, but he's dangerous. He's exciting. You know, he gets the ball, he takes people on. He's not afraid to run with it. He's got good dribbling. End product's not quite there, but I was really impressed with his performance. And you can tell that this guy's got all the tools to become a top player. I mean, how impressed were you with him and just his recent form in the last couple of games?
I think, like, he's looked very impressive in terms of the fact that he's the only one that keeps his head up in spite of everything. And he keeps trying to make things happen, even though it's a struggle with the way that we're set up right now. Like, I don't think the 2 performances have been outstanding or anything, but I do think it's been promising. I think that's the perfect word to describe it. Like we said, the end product does still need to improve a little bit, but that will come with time. With a player of that sort of age and the experience that they've had in the Premier League, he's going to need a little bit of time to cook. And that's fine. Like, we got plenty of time and nothing really matters right now. It's just good to see the energy. I think he's got a very good turn on him. Dribbling's really good and everything. The end products will come with time. He's very physical as well. Seems very hard to take off the ball. And I think if you can hone that and he continues to grow and to develop his shape and everything, he could be really tough to deal with in a year or two's time. It's one of the only few promising things that I've seen over the last couple of games. And I hope he doesn't get dropped from now till the end of the season. Has to play every single game. Same thing with the likes of Mudryk, even though he was a little bit more disappointing on Saturday. But yeah, Madueke right now is like our only shining light. And Badiashile. I've got to give him props too.
I mean, Madueke is showing us what Sterling really should be doing on a regular basis with his reputation and the money that he's on. But Madueke is outshining him as well. I mean, you just touched on there, Badiashile, back in the starting lineup for the first time since the Brighton loss. I mean, a lot of fans not understanding why this guy's not been playing more regularly. And he put on another performance to show why he should be a regular starter in our back line. I thought he played really well. He obviously gets that crucial goal for the 2-1 from the Ziyech free kick. And out of all our January signings, you'd probably say that a centre-back wasn't really that necessary, but he's proved to be one of our best signings so far in the January window. I mean, are you surprised that he's not played more often? I mean, I can't find a logical reason as to why he's not been featuring more. Obviously, Champions League, he wasn't going to get in the squad. We knew that. But in terms of the league, he was got dropped for a Champions League game. Cucurella obviously had a man of the match performance, kind of had to stay in the team. And then we just barely seen him. I just don't understand it, because the amount of talent there is phenomenal. And then him and Fofana and Colwell to come back as well. We've got two of the best young centre-backs in world football, potentially three. So defensively, we are pretty set for the future.
I don't understand it. Never understood why he was getting benched. Everything up until the Champions League game, I could kind of understand, but still, Bruno shouldn't have dropped him for the Liverpool game, if we want to be honest about it. Cucurella should have been dropped after that Aston Villa disaster class. You could have even made a debate for him starting the Villa game, but that's when the big mistakes started happening, and it was a lot more understandable in itself. Or you could have even just taken Koulibaly out, who had a disaster class against Everton when we drew 2-2 to them. Wolves, I understand, because you're prepping for the Real Madrid game. I think we played him against Brighton.
Yeah, he had a tough game, but he
had a tough game, but like everybody had a tough game. I wouldn't really put that on him with the form that he's shown before that. I still don't understand it though. Fofana, I'd get keeping. Silva, I'd get keeping, but like the main thing is why did we even go to a back four in the first place? That never should have been the case. Even if we won with it on Saturday, like, I still don't want to see a 4-3-3 again. I want to see a back five, because we're better with a back five. A back four would not good. And I think one of the reasons why is because you lose a player like Badiashile if you're going to play Fofana and Silva. Best asset we have right now is our defense. I think we still have the third least goals conceded in the Premier League this season. Second, third, somewhere around that. But for a team that's been playing the way that we have, that is crazy. So for me, we got to be focusing more on our defense. Badiashile, Fofana, Silva, if you can't pick two to start, play all three. But it's good to see Badiashile hasn't let that affect his confidence or anything, because he came straight back into the lineup and he was unbelievable. Calm, composed. Passing is utterly ridiculous. And he's an aerial threat, as he showed for the second goal as well. Can't be getting dropped.
Nah, simple as that. And, we've got a great player on our hands. I just want to touch on another thing that was interesting in the game itself. The substitutions of Sterling and Ziyech, both, I mean, obviously, probably Ziyech more understandably than Sterling, but both booed on when they were subbed on. What did you make of their reception? I can kind of understand Ziyech more because of the fact, he's openly tried to leave the club. He was basically in Paris, but some paperwork issues at the last moment meant that he had to come back to the club. Sterling, obviously, he's massively underperformed since he's arrived from City. But are you surprised at the boos and the poor reception they got from the fans?
No. And I'm never going to say fans don't have a right to express their opinion. Like, we've been paying how much for this shit this season?
Man, I hate to know how much money we spent this season.
Exactly, man. So if you want to boo a player who's been terrible for us, go do it. I don't care. It's your money, innit? Like, I'm not going to say anything. But what I will say is keep the energy the same. And that's what my problem is with it. Because you'll boo Cucurella, you'll boo Sterling for being crap this season, and fair play. You'll boo Ziyech, you'll boo Pulisic. But when it's Mason Mount, you'll pull a banner out. The boy who had a dream and all of that. My dream is for you to play consistently. I'm not getting that dream either. But when it's Mason Mount, you don't want to talk about mental health and all of that. Oh, he's feeling bad and all of this crap. Blah, blah, blah. How's Cucurella feeling? That's what I want to know. How's Sterling see it? Because they also got assists.
Yeah.
The first chant I heard at Bournemouth was Kai Havertz is the best on earth. Are you kidding me? And then Conor Gallagher will chant his name. He scored today on Saturday. Fair play to him. He's been crap this season. He won't get any of that energy. So is the Conor Gallagher chant. Chilwell's been crap this season. Nice little purple patch February, March, but that's it. Nothing else was there. So I don't mind it. I really don't. Like, you can boo whoever you want to boo, but keep the energy the same, because you'll still be doing up Mason Mount chants. And I had forgotten his form pre-February before he got dropped and everything. He was crap. Week in, week out crap. But they stood by him. But they won't stand by the new signings. I don't understand it. Again, you're capable, you're allowed to do whatever you want, but nah, the energy ain't the same, and that's what my problem is with it.
No, mate, I agree with you. If you're going to do that, you've got to apply the same energy to the situation. Like, you can't, as you say, you can't boo Sterling, Ziyech, and then when Mount and others have been crap, it's like, oh no, it's fine, it doesn't matter. Yes, there's always going to be an element of more protection to someone that's come through the academy, but ultimately, players, regardless of where they've come from, should be judged by the same standards. It can't be one standard for one player, one standard for another player. So that's something that people have got to look at. I mean, look, I'm never one to personally boo players. It's not really something I do, but I agree with you, mate. Fans pay a lot of money. They're not happy with what they see, then it's their right to do that. Is it counterproductive? Does it really have the desired effect that they're looking for? Maybe not, but at the end of the day, it's been a shit season. We've watched some absolute shite on the pitch, and you do have a right to vent your frustrations. One other thing from the game, mate, Chilwell obviously picked up a bit of a hamstring injury, reportedly not going to play for the rest of the season. Maybe an opportunity for Lewis Hall. I mean, fans were chanting his name in the away end against Bournemouth. I mean, obviously went with Aspie at left back instead. I mean, mate, do you think we can finally see Lewis Hall again for the last few games at left back, or is Lampard going to revert back to playing Aspie at left back?
He didn't even bring Lewis Hall on Saturday.
No, he didn't.
That was the thing. I didn't understand that. The away end didn't either. They were chanting Lewis Hall's game name for like the next 5-10 minutes after that. He's going to play Aspie left back.
It's going to be Aspie left back, yeah.
Well, what, is Cucurella going to be back?
What's
better?
I think Cucurella might. I don't know if Cucurella's going to be back for Forest, but he should be back for the last 3. But at that point, it doesn't really matter.
He's probably going to play Aspie left back. And I mean left back because he's probably going to play a back 4 again. And this is why I'm not jumping to any conclusions over that Forest game based off the Bournemouth win. Because even then, I think we were lucky to take 3 points. Bournemouth were fucking cooking us.
Mate, they were battering us.
And then the second half, apparently the Thiago Silva tackle, which was debatable. A lot of people are saying that's a pen. I'm not really too sure.
I'm not having that.
Bournemouth missed a header from 2 yards. Remember that one?
Yep.
Like,
not all of it's just over.
Kill us. It's just the same thing from the last time we played them, because the last time we played them, we were 30-minute FC. We got 2 goals, did nothing after that. They were tearing us apart, but they couldn't finish either. It's the only thing that saves us. Can the opposition finish their chances? Yes or no? And if they don't, here we are.
That's the luck that we had, and maybe that's the luck that we deserve for all the shit we've been through this season. But
deep it, like Badiashile, I'll say Gallagher had a good game. Fair play.
Madueke and Madueke.
Madueke as well. No one else played well. Nobody else played well.
No, they didn't. But we just got.
I'll throw Kepa in. He had a good save.
Yeah,
in the second one.
And I think and I think like we got away with it. But it's about time we had a bit of luck and we got away with it, and we actually took some chances for a change. And yeah, mate, it was a nice to win. It's nice to wake up on a Monday and your team's actually won a fucking game on the weekend. Like it makes such a difference. But
3 goals in a game,
3, mate, mad. 4 goals this month, quadrupled the goal tally from last month. Unbelievable.
And none of them were deflections.
No, all legit goals, which is class. Mate, moving on to a bit of transfer news. Obviously, the season's coming round again for that sort of stuff. Chelsea always linked with players. We know that we've got to get rid of a lot. We know we need to bring a few more in some key positions. One that's kind of reappeared is Rafinha at Barcelona. Obviously, we'd agreed a fee with Leeds last summer, but Rafinha waited for Barcelona because that was his preferred destination. Barca, of course, trying to see what they can do to bring Lionel Messi back to the Nou Camp. They need to raise funds, not just to do that, but just for other things. They've got to register Araujo's contract. They've got to register Gabby's new contract extension as well still. Chelsea and Newcastle interested in Rafinha. Mate, would a move for Rafinha tick boxes for you? Because I look at him and I think, do you know what? He's actually done really well at Barca. He's a good player. And yes, a winger's not a priority for us. But at the same time, I think if Ziyech goes, if Pulisic goes, if an offer were to come in for Sterling, there's potential that maybe that might get looked at. I don't know. But I think Ziyech and Pulisic will definitely go. And you look at it and you think we probably need one more winger, and you think we maybe need four. So you'd have as your wingers, you might have Mudryk, Madueke, Sterling, and say Rafinha, for example. I mean, mate, would you be happy with those as the four wingers for next season? I mean, what are your thoughts on Rafinha and a potential move having missed out a year ago, or not, or in this last summer even?
See, I wouldn't mind. Like, he's come up with clutch moments for them. He's a really good passer. He's got the defensive work rate and the pressing and everything, so he would suit what Pochettino's looking for. Apparently, he's been terrible in 1v1s for them, though. And I feel like we already have enough players who are bad at that. And they're also asking for 80 mil. 80 million euros, which is like 60 to 70. And you see, that's where I sign out. I'm not interested for that fee. If he was about 50 to 60 million, maybe push to 60, 65. You could have a conversation. But 80 million euros, plus these lot want to try and get Aubameyang back on a free. I'm good. Nah.
I mean, do you think we do need another winger in the summer though? Because obviously, as I said, two in Ziyech and Pulisic are probably going to leave. That does leave us maybe needing one more potentially. Yes, it's not a priority. Yes, obviously, if Mount stays, he could fill in there as an emergency. If Felix were to sign for another season, he could do a job in one of those positions. Maybe in Nkunku in certain points could do that. Do you think we actually need another one?
Kind of. Just with the players that are going to leave. Pulisic and Ziyech are gone anyway. We don't know what's happening with Felix. I think Mount's personally gone. I low-key think Gallagher's probably leaving as well. Havertz, there could be a bid for. Sterling, I don't think he goes, to be honest. Yeah. If a bid comes in, then I think they'd actually look at it. But I don't think a bid's going to come in for him.
No.
So, yeah, I think we're going to need one. So, maybe Rafinha's not the answer, but there are other options up there. I don't really know any off the top of my head. I'm not a scout like that. Yeah. But there are other options out there. So, yeah, I'm good with 80 million for Rafinha. We don't need that.
No, we definitely don't need that. I mean, maybe we know Barca like to do some swap deals. They are susceptible to doing that sort of thing. I mean, it's reportedly that they hold interest in Ziyech. If we could do Ziyech and a bit of cash for Rafinha, then I think there's a conversation to be had there. But yeah, it's at that 80 million euros fee. Not for me. Not interested at that price. We can definitely do better in investing our funds and allocating those funds better elsewhere for those key positions. Sticking with Barcelona. Aubameyang, obviously, it's been a disastrous move from Barcelona to Chelsea. Barcelona want him back. He wants to go back to Barcelona. Chelsea prepared to possibly terminate his contract, I suppose, so he can go and rejoin on a free. Mate, the whole Aubameyang move's been a disaster. I mean, what have your thoughts on it been?
Kind of feel bad for him, to be honest, because he weren't even meant to leave Barcelona. He only left because of their awful financial issues. And he was sacrificed as a result. And I thought it would work for us because he did really well there. But I don't know what's happened. And I don't think even he knows, which is why I don't get this whole situation. I don't know why people are offended by it either, because we've been trying to force him out for months.
Yeah.
We've refused to play him when we've been begging for a striker, literally struggling with goals. So I don't blame him. I don't blame him for even saying that. It was off camera. It's not like a Lukaku. He didn't set up an interview or anything. And we didn't spend 100 million on him. He was a short-term fix for us. He was just doing a job. And then halfway through the season, we don't play him. He's had one start since January. It is what it is. Just don't play him till the end of the season because he isn't invested now. and give Datro Fofana a start, or I don't know, give someone in the under-21s or the development team an opportunity, because I can't, nothing but Kai up top. I can't be bothered for it. But for Aubameyang, like, it's a shame. I wish it did work out. It would have been nice to have had an actual striker up top. But yeah, he's wasting his time here. We're wasting our time. Everybody's wasting their time. Might as well find another club. But Barca have to give us our money back.
Yeah. We can't be letting him go for free. Yeah.
Fuck that. Get the money back.
Yeah, get a bit of money back, or use him as like maybe some sort of part exchange for Rafinha. We can have a conversation about that.
Felix report that, to be fair. He said Ziyech or Oba are two players they're interested in. You know what? Have both. The pair.
Yeah, both.
And maybe we can talk about Rafinha. Maybe.
Mate, I think we're in a strong position there to offer players that they might be interested in. So yeah, maybe something can come of that. But yeah, Aubameyang will become the latest centre forward signing at Chelsea to have gone down as a spectacular failure. You know.
By the way, retire that number 9 shirt as soon as the season's done, because I'm sick of it. We get a new striker and then we give him that fucking number and then it's done. Like, just end it, just retire it. So, like, it's cool, whatever.
Lukaku's gonna come back and re-inherit it.
Oh, imagine. You know what? If you're gonna let him rot at Chelsea, then give him the number 9 shot. Whatever, it's poetic.
Mate, Forest next at home this weekend. Penultimate home game of the season. Forest have obviously only won one game on the road all season. Form's terrible. They're fighting for their lives. As you say, you know, let's not be lulled into sort of a false sense of security because we won a game against Bournemouth. This is going to be a tough game. You know, we've seen how this plays out before. A team coming to Stamford Bridge in desperate need of points. Charity FC tag could strike again. How do you see this one going, mate? Has your confidence been risen? Has it been risen at all after that Bournemouth win, or is it still very much, do you know what? Yeah, we got away with one, and the reality is we're actually not that good still.
Exactly what you said, man. Exactly what you said. I don't think we're winning that one anyway. Forest have more to fight for. We're still on the beach. I won't be deluded by that performance just because Bournemouth couldn't put us away when they had the opportunities to. All depends on what Forest do. If they're the same thing, then maybe. Because remember when we played them last time, they cooked us.
Oh, mate, we got hammered at the City ground, mate. New Year's Day, mate. Second half, we didn't even have a shot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, we didn't even get into their box. Well, we got into their box once. That was it. The little Ziyech ball. But they never took their chances. So it only ended 1-1. So we got saved. A better team with better attackers, we lose that game about 6-1. And just with goals in the second half alone. They took the piss out of us on that right-hand side. So I am not going into this game confident. Like, we weren't good against Bournemouth. We weren't. Like, let's call it what it is. I'm glad we won and everything, but let's not pretend we played well. Depends. If Forest don't kill us, then yeah, maybe we have a chance. I could see us getting a draw. I could see that.
I mean,
that's just where it ends.
Yeah, it's going to depend. Obviously, their two best players, Gibbs White and Brennan Johnson. Obviously, depends on what version of those guys turns up. If they turn up and they're on it, they could cause us issues.
You know what them relegation teams are like too.
Mate, it's tough. Like, you don't want to like, these are the exact sort of, I know we're not playing for anything, but these are the exact sort of matches near the end of the season that you don't want. You don't want to be playing teams that have got stuff to fight for because they fight. Exactly. They just find something extra, and we don't find anything. So
you see when we were talking about the fucked running at the end of the season.
Yeah,
and like we were saying that from August. The only these games were part of it. They want the little break period. These games were part of it because we knew Forest were going to be in a relegation scrap. Same thing with Bournemouth.
And then we got United tough battle for the top 4. We got City battle for the title. And we got Newcastle battle for the top 4. So 3 decent sides all playing for something.
And these lot are on the beach. And then you got Lampard who's going to do some stupidness with the formation. Like, it was decent, but I mean, you're going to tell me that you need a number 9 on the pitch. And then you're going to play Havertz. And it's like, I don't know. The midfield is still shaky. That's not really on Lampard. Like, it was whatever. We don't have a DM. Back four, still, we're still going to do this, even though we get cooked in transition. Any day ending in a Y. Like, no. Why are we doing that? I don't know, man. There's too many variables for me to just see a win. It's like, whatever. I have my 40 points. I said I was signing out as soon as we got to that. I'm done. I don't care. We're cannot upset me anymore. They cannot.
We're there, mate. 42 points we've done. I mean, in terms of any personnel changes, formation changes, I mean, what changes would you make to the team that started, obviously, against Bournemouth? I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I'd change that much. I mean, I'd probably switch Kai out for Felix, or
I'll put anybody up top over Kai. Like, people aren't talking about how hideous that performance was.
Oh, mate, it was shocking, mate. It was weak in the hold-up play. It was weak in the tackle. It was just
weren't even pressing.
No pressing.
Heading. Like there was some bad performances.
Mate, it just got like glazed over because we won. So it like people just kind of forgot.
Seriously,
about it.
I need somebody else up top. Felix, you can put Sterling for all I care. Like I will be the same crap. Actually, don't even do that. Put Mudryk in there if you have to. Fofana, give an under 21s kid like an opportunity. Be like, here you go, mate. Make something of yourself. Sink or swim, whatever. I don't care. I don't want Kai up top anymore. I don't even want to see him play. I said that March thing was a purple patch. Same for March, and look what happens as soon as April turned around. We got back to being a bum. I'm not hearing it. I don't want to see him start again. Anybody else up top. Back five as well. Like, listen, stop with this back four because we get cooked alive.
Who are we going to play in a five?
Funny.
Who are we going to play in a... We go, what, Chalobah right wing back or Ruben in a five?
Give Ruben a game. Like, fuck it. You know what you're getting with Ruben. He might give you a good game. He might give you a bad game. But whatever. Like, Chalobah at right wing back ain't going to work either for me. No. But yeah, back five is just better for us in general because Asby right back isn't exactly going to save us. Asby left back definitely isn't going to... We're going to have to play Asby left back, aren't we?
No, we could play Lewis Hall at left wing back.
There you go. Lewis Hall left wing back. Back three sorted is ready. No, Fofana, Silva, Badiashile.
Yeah. Well, I want to see
Enzo and Kante.
Yeah, mate. I still want to see that Enzo Kante pivot. We still haven't seen it. Lampard's done loads of formations since he's come.
It's because we always put somebody else for them to carry.
No 3-4-3. We haven't seen it yet. I want to see the Kante Enzo pivot. But
give me that. Worse, they get cooked too. But at least our defense will be there, and there'll be three bodies that we can rely on behind them. That's the difference. Two, we get cooked alive. Then you do a front three, Felix in the middle, Madueke, Mudryk. There you go. That would be my team. If you play that 11, I think we could get something. We could.
Mate, my only concern is that because Ziyech and Sterling got assists, he might start both of them. I can't even rule it out. Like
Sterling on the left, Ziyech on the right,
Havertz in the middle. Could you imagine that? Mate, imagine
that
2 o'clock.
Tell Alex find a different vlog because I'm going Alex, if you're watching that, if I see that lineup, bro, I'm sorry.
Mate, could you imagine? Right, it gets to like 2 o'clock on Saturday. We're there. Team news drops, and that front line's there. Mate, I'd rather see
Enzo Kovacic, or worse, you rest Enzo and you put Kante and Kovacic and Gallagher or some crap.
Oh, mate, you could just picture it now. The 2 p.m. team news drops and it's a madness from Lampard. Like even now,
Sam leak the half an hour before half an hour. Sterling and Ziyech both start. Oh dear.
Oh mate. That's time to quickly sell the ticket before the game and go home.
You'll have like 40,000 people outside the bridge doing that shit as well, man.
Oh mate, it's mad. It's mad. Like, yeah, hopefully Lampard just does what he should be doing, and doesn't get too carried away with a win. You know, there's no reason to change too much. We won the game. Yeah, okay. Fortunately, but you know, players that performed well have got to stay in the side. You know, if you're not playing well, you don't just deserve a chance to be in the team. You've got to earn that chance. Those guys that were played on Saturday earned their chance. I mean, to say Havertz was dog shit, but yeah, you know, let's kind of wait and see what happens. But mate, score prediction for Forest. What are we thinking? Are we going to score, mate? When was the last time we scored 3 games in a row? I can't even remember.
I don't know. I'm just seeing Everton score 4 in a row. This is ridiculous.
Everton are 4 up.
They're 4-0 up. I just seen McNeil just walk around the goalkeeper. That is ridiculous. They're away at Brighton too.
Mate, we lost a combined 6-2 to Brighton over 2 games.
Why couldn't we have played them now, man? I swear down.
Mate,
but you see this is a relegation team. You see what see what they're on.
Yeah.
Yeah, depends on the lineup. Depends, but I'm gonna go good lineup, 1-0 or 1-1. Bad lineup, we're holding 3 or 4.
Mate, I'm actually can't believe I'm saying this. I'm gonna tip us for a win, and we're gonna go back to back. I'm gonna go.
Oh, I imagine, man.
I'm gonna go for a 2-1 win, but we'll probably go. Yeah, I'm gonna go 2-1 win. Get us to 45 points, and then at least Lampard can have 1 win at Stamford Bridge before calling it a day. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 win. But yeah, let's wait and see what happens. Anything's on the table with this team. We could get hammered, or we could actually maybe score 3 or 4. Who knows? But yeah, guys, seems like a good point to round out that episode. Thanks for tuning in as always, guys. Make sure you smash a like on the video, subscribe to Chelsea Fan TV, leave your thoughts in the comments below, and we'll catch you again in another episode soon.